Hello, my lunatic friends, reporting live from the moon. I'm your guide, the Crypto Lunatic, taking you on a wild ride of the world of crypto and uncovering hidden gems for you. And today I have been playing with Grok and given it some metrics and asked it what's the biggest hidden gem hidden in plain sight that nobody's talking about. And it's come up with this little gem in the background, Nolus. And today I'm going to explain how I found it, why it's been rated, what prompts I gave to Grok to get to this place, and why I think this might be a hidden gem. But like anything that I talk about, it's not investment advice. I am not invested in Nolas, and I'm not paid by them to talk about this. So this is as close to an objective, neutral review as you're going to get. And with all of that in mind, my friends, join me on a little journey. So it started. I was asking Grok for metrics. I said team strength, tokenomics, what problem do they solve, their unique selling point, their market cap potential, and an overall score. And I said rate all of the cryptos for their potential to disrupt the market and have explosive gains. And number one on the search was this little gem, Nolus, which is a DeFi lending protocol on the Cosmos ecosystem, focusing on capital efficiency by allowing users to borrow up to 150% of their collateral, addressing inefficiencies in the DeFi lending. So it's got a very strong team. It gets 85 out of 100. Now, from someone that used to work in funding, team strength is something that investors look at. It is very, very, very important, which is why I rate it very high. And I asked it as my first metric. Now, apparently, the Nolas team includes inexperienced, even experienced blockchain developers and DeFi specialists, with some members having prior involvement in Cosmos-based projects. So they partnered with reputable Cosmos ecosystem players, enhancing credibility. However, the team's public profiles are less prominent than their top-tier projects, slightly limiting the score. So tokenomics, I don't like long VC vesting schedules. So that gets 80 out of 100 for this project. And the problem solved. So this is important. Always work out what problem is this project solving. Nolas tackles capital efficiency, inefficiency, and DeFi lending, a critical issue with over-collateralization limits accessibility. By enabling borrowing of up to 150% of collateral, it democratizes leveraged positions, especially for smaller investors. This is a significant pain point in decentralized finance, making the solution highly relevant. And its unique selling point. Nolas's unique leasing model and integration with interoperable Cosmos ecosystems set it apart from Ethereum-based DeFi protocols. Its focus on lower collateral requirements is innovative, though it competes with other lending protocols like Aave. So its market cap potential, the current market cap is significantly, I will add, under 50 million. So that gives it good potential, and its overall score is 85.5. So why explosive? Well, Grok thinks that Nolas's focus on decentralized finance innovation, its low market cap, and Cosmos integration position it for significant growth during an altcoin season. Its mainnet launch and expanding features add momentum. So let's go on to the chart. And what we see here is we see a coin that initially started trading at just over 3 cents. So it has been as high as here. It's been up to 10 cents. And now it's back below 1 cent, which looks like we look like we've reached a plateau as far as how low it's going to go. Now, of course, it could go lower. Of course, it could. Now, look at this, my friends. It's a tiny little market cap. This is the degen zone, under 4 million. We are in the degen super high risk category. Now, super high risk, this is the type of coin that if the market goes down, it's going to get crushed. And if the market goes up, it has the opportunity for explosive gains. So bear this in mind. It's high risk. It's on MEXC. and a few other exchanges so people can get hold of it. And it says a little bit about it there, but we're going to go into more details. So first thing we do is we go into their explorers, which takes us here. Now, what this tells us here, when we go across, there's 39 validators for this. There's a 910 million supply, and there's 274 million bonded tokens. Now, this is relevant because these are all staked. And I believe that they have a 21-day unstaking schedule. So it means that this investment is tied to the network, which is why when we go back and have a look, we see here that this is their circulating supply, that 62% of the tokens are released. And of that, you see there's only 624 million at the moment that's out, and almost half of them are staked, which is impressive. But not only that, we are dealing with a tiny little altcoin here. So the fact that so much is staked gives us a little bit more faith in it. We go to their social media profile. We see almost 23,000 followers. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad for a tiny little low cap coin as well. Now, as we scroll down, we see there's a post pinned from 4 hours ago, which tells us this is an active account. And when I see 17 interactions, it tells me there's no bots involved, but it tells me it's active enough. We go down, we see another 4-hour post, another post 8 hours ago. This is an active account, and there are people interacting with it. So that's promising. We go to the website. So it's offering next generation margin trading. So if you're trading margins, this is significant. I mean, we're in the high risk zone, but there's definitely a demand for this. And not only that, you've got the potential to put your tokens in the platform and earn money at almost 12%. So you can earn interest by staking Nolus tokens, which makes it more appealing. We go to crypto rank. And as we go down here, you know, I like to see what did the early stage investors get in at. And what we see here as we go down is that although it doesn't tell us exactly, we can see that it's down 93, almost 94% from the all-time high, and only up 13.5% from the all-time low, which tells me that this is a brilliant entry point. And also when we look at this chart, when we go back here, whatever the early stage investors got in at, it's likely lower or higher position than it is at the moment, which tells us that the opportunity for dumpage or the chances of dumpage is very, very low. It's all about the timing, my friends, and the entry point is what appeals here. We then look at Dex Screener, and we don't really see much. We see there is, for a tiny little low cap coin, the fact that there's 182,000 of liquidity for 4 million market cap coin is a reasonable amount. Now it says here, this is interesting, look, 2.7 million market cap, which tells us that one of these platforms is wildly out because this is near a 4 million, which is why we always go to multiple points, multiple sources of data so that we can aggregate what we're getting, because one of these is obviously slightly out. We go back to DeFi Llama. Now, here's what's interesting. Bear in mind, it's a 4 million market cap coin, and total value locked is 3.6 million. Almost all of it is locked in the protocol, which is really, really promising. This is promising. There's value locked into the network. And just to summarize things up, I went to Perplexity and said, please highlight what Nolus crypto is and simplify the investment case as well as the risks. So Nolus crypto is a native token protocol of the decentralized finance platform designed to streamline borrowing and lending by tackling major inefficiencies found in both centralized and decentralized finance markets. Its unique approach centers on what it calls a DeFi lease, providing users with leveraged access to crypto assets while minimizing traditional over-collateralization and liquidity risks. So what is it? Well, we've covered that. the simplified investment case. Let's get straight to it. So, potential attraction, it's got higher capital efficiency. Borrowers get more exposure to assets with less upfront capital due to the reduced collateral requirements compared to standard DeFi lending. A lower liquidation risk. So it uses both deposit and loan as collateral and introduces partial liquidation, only part of your position. Now, this is massive because usually when you get liquidated, you lose everything. So this offers that you don't get completely wrecked. This is huge, my friends, and this is very unique. Very unique. So it's a direct lender return. So lenders receive interest directly in stable coins and also earn in the native token. So it doubles as a gas token unlocks with other benefits in the ecosystem. So it really inspires people to stake the tokens there. And the user-friendly design. So it seamlessly asset swaps across the Cosmos system with ease and onboarding of key fiat ramps. So let's look at the key risks because we need to balance up everything here. So full decentralization, the protocol is completely decentralized, meaning that there's no central authority for troubleshooting, which can complicate crisis response and puts all responsibility on users. So the smart contract vulnerabilities, despite rigorous development, bugs and unforeseen code exploits are always a risk. Nolus employs WASM for added security, but the risk remains in any DeFi product. Market volatility, that's a risk with every crypto. Platform and regulatory risk, again, a risk with every crypto. Limited oversight and support. So since Nolus doesn't manage its own liquidity pools, instead of it leverages external DEXs, and operates without official market oversight. Issues like liquidity shortages and data reliability are potential concerns. And user error and key management, well, that's the same with any crypto. So the bottom line, Nolas is appealing for those seeking innovative DeFi yields with greater capital efficiency, but comes with a risk common to decentralized platforms, particularly the absence of central oversight, technological vulnerabilities, and high sensitivity to market swings. Its success depends on adoption, ongoing security, and the broader DeFi market trends. Investors should carefully assess their risk tolerance and perform in-depth research before committing funds. So there you go, my lunatic friends. It is a low cap degen play, fully decentralized, that allows you to leverage on the market and also gives you the capacity to earn by putting your tokens on the platform. And that, my friends, is Nolas. And considering the risk reward based on what we've seen here, this looks like a particularly attractive entry time. But this is a degen play, my friends. So go in with your eyes open and definitely don't put anything in this that you can't afford to lose. And with that in mind, I wish you to stay lunatic, and smash that subscribe button before it takes off into outer space. If you've enjoyed this review, then you'll want more of them.